All right, let's talk about inventory. Now, I know what you're thinking, metrics, numbers, spreadsheets, kind of boring, right? Well, forget all that. Today, we're not making a list. We're building a dashboard, a command center with gauges and dials that give you a crystal clear view into the real health of your business. So let's jump right in.
You know, at the heart of literally every business that sells a physical product, there's this constant struggle, this balancing act. On one side, you've got too much stock. That means your cash is all tied up, your storage costs are through the roof, and you're always worried about stuff getting old or going out of style. But on the other side, too little stock? That's just as bad. You're looking at lost sales, unhappy customers, and those crazy expensive rush orders to fix it. It's a total tightrope walk. So, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How on earth do you find that sweet spot, that perfect middle ground for your business?
Well, the answer is to change the way you see your numbers. We're going to stop looking at them as just a bunch of separate data points and start seeing them for what they really are, an integrated living dashboard that gives you the real-time feedback you need to steer the ship.
Okay, first up on our dashboard are the speedometers. These gauges are all about efficiency. They tell us just how fast your inventory is actually moving through your business. Let's look at the biggest one.
And that is your inventory turnover ratio, or ITR for short. Seriously, just think of it as the speedometer for your stock. It answers one simple question. How many times in a year or a quarter or whatever do you completely sell and replace your entire inventory? Now this is where it gets really useful. If that speedometer needle is too low, it's a huge warning sign. It means you've got slow-moving stock just sitting there, costing you money. You're basically stuck in an inventory traffic jam. But if you're going too fast, if that needle is way up high, you might be heading for a crash with constant stockouts and unhappy customers who can't get what they want.
And this just goes to show, there is no single perfect speed. If you're in manufacturing, a turnover of 5 might be fantastic. But in retail, you'd probably want to be way up closer to 9. The real key here is figuring out what the right speed is for you. What's your goal?
All right, let's move to the next set of gauges on our dashboard. I mean, speed is great, but it's not the whole story, right? Are we actually making our customers happy? These next dials are all about reliability and keeping your promises. Our main gauge for this is the fill rate. It's so simple, but it is incredibly powerful. All it tells you is this: what percentage of the time, when a customer places an order, can you fulfill it right then and there from the stock you have on hand? No delays, no excuses.
A nice, healthy fill rate, like the 90% we see here, is a direct signal of happy customers. It means that 9 times out of 10, someone wants to give you their money, and you have exactly what they need ready to go. That's how you build trust and loyalty.
And of course, the flip side of that is your backorder rate. These two are two sides of the exact same coin. Every little percentage point in that red slice is a customer who has to wait, a potential moment of frustration, and maybe even a lost sale for good. Keeping this number as low as possible is absolutely critical.
Okay, so fill rate is great for telling you what just happened. It's a reactive gauge. But what if we want to get ahead of the game, be more proactive? Well, that's where service level comes in. This isn't about measuring past performance. It's about setting a target to make sure you have enough stock to prevent stockouts before they even happen.
For your most important products, your best sellers, the ones that define your business, you should be aiming for a service level of 95 to 98%. That's the gold standard. It means you're making a strategic decision to almost never, ever be out of stock on those key items.
Now for the part of the dashboard that everyone in the C-suite cares about, the financial health gauges. Because let's be real, all that inventory sitting in your warehouse, it isn't free. Let's see exactly where that capital is going.
This brings us to a huge one, carrying cost. The easiest way to think about this is like paying rent for every single item sitting on your shelves. It's the cost of the warehouse space, the insurance, the labor to handle it, and the risk that it'll become obsolete, all rolled into one percentage. It's the hidden cost of just waiting.
So, the takeaway here is super clear. A high carrying cost percentage means your capital is just locked up, sitting on a shelf, and it's slowly eating away at your profit margins. A low percentage, on the other hand, that is a beautiful thing. It means you're using your capital efficiently.
So how do you actually get a handle on these costs? How do you keep your inventory at that just right level? Well, one of the most powerful tools in your entire toolkit is something called the reorder point. It's not just a number, it's a smart trigger that automates good decisions. And setting it is way more logical than it sounds. It's really just 3 simple steps.
First, you figure out how much you normally sell and the time it takes to get a new shipment. Second, you factor in how long that delivery actually takes. And third, you add a little extra buffer, your safety stock, just in case things go wrong. And that's it. That's your reorder point.
So, we've built out the key sections of our dashboard. We've got gauges for speed, for customer happiness, and for financial health. But here's the most important thing to understand. Managing this dashboard isn't about trying to max out every single dial. It's about understanding the strategic trade-offs you have to make.
And this right here is the heart of the matter. It's all a game of give and take. If your number one goal is amazing customer service, great. But you have to accept the trade-off, higher costs to keep that extra buffer stock. If your goal is to maximize free cash, you can do that, but you have to accept the trade-off, a higher risk of stockouts. Every strategic choice comes with a compromise. There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
So I'll leave you with this one final question to chew on as you think about your own dashboard. For your business, what is the core strategy? When you're forced to choose, is it better to risk disappointing a customer, or is it better to risk wasting capital? The answer to that question, that will tell you exactly how you should be setting your dials.